My glasses are foggy. Hey everyone! Welcome back to Saturday Morning Toy Tunes, the weekly live stream here on my channel in which I gather with you all around the modern day campfires of our iPhone screens, computer monitors, television screens. Pick your visual digital poison. That's not even a proper metaphor. And we talk about the things that happen to us and around us in the week in geek. I'm Terry Smith, the host of the show, as you probably guessed by my name, which is conveniently misspelled right over here because it's fun. And yeah, it's been a week. It's been a crazy week. Piper's still here. My dog Piper is still here. If you've never joined us before, she's been a fixture on the show. She's hanging out. She's got another problem. That's what she does these days. I collect 6-scale figures. Piper collects medical issues. Yeah. She's got another one of those little dimples. I can't remember exactly what they're called, like a corneal ulcer or something like that. But it just looks like a little dimple in the cornea of her eye. The last time she had one of these, it burst. Her eye burst and it was extremely painful, and we had to have the eye removed. So that's a pleasant thing to start the show on, right? Yeah, so I have to evaluate and figure out what we're going to do now. So, but she's hanging on. Yeah, she's just kind of sleeping right now. Anyway, but lots to do with this show. I'm not sure exactly what I want to talk about. I do want to bring up, though, that I was surprised by how much I enjoyed my introduction this week to an anime based on a manga called Chainsaw Man. What a great show. And it took a couple of episodes to draw me in. But because the protagonist, the main protagonist, is just such a freaking incel POS that I was just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to deal with this. But it's actually evolved into something that I kind of enjoy, and it's the flaw is just really, really blatant and over the top. But hey, that's anime, and I'm really kind of digging it. So do you guys watch this stuff? Does anybody watch this stuff? I actually can't even see the comments right now because I have banners up. Oh, good, there are people here. That's a relief. But I'll get to saying hi to you guys in a moment. So that's happening today. Also, if you were in a position where you could view the thumbnail, you know that we're finally going to get around to unboxing this guy and posing him up. And that's right, the DX17 Darth Maul 6-scale figure by Hot Toys from Episode 1 Phantom Menace. I've opened this before. I used it to participate in a posing competition once in another life. And so that's something that's going to happen. And it's going to be really, really cool, I predict. And I'm going to be posing him in combat with this guy. The final piece of my House Party Protocol collection. The Mark 22 Hot Rod. Which I don't think we actually got to see much of on screen in Iron Man 3. I don't even recall seeing it at all. Not that I've actually done a frame-by-frame search for him. But I'm assured that he's there somewhere. Basically, it is a War Machine Mark II prototype. Yeah, I'll get back into that when we start unboxing, and it's proper to talk about it, but I've got a lot of other things to do. Additionally, and I don't think we're going to have time for this, next week's battle, 6-scale posing battle, is going to feature... What did I decide? Oh, right! The inestimable Keith Lee, fellow St. Louis and by way of Montreal, has picked up for me from a comic shop in Pennsylvania, I believe, a Geonosis battle droid. One of the pieces that is actually missing from my Episode 2 collection. Completely failed to pre-order them before they sold out, and I didn't get one off the wait list. Now I have one. And he got me a pretty good deal. So now I have to decide whether or not I'm going to pay the man for it, or if I'm just going to give him my Ironmonger figure outright, which has no box. So I think it's a pretty fair trade, actually. What do you guys think? Should Keith get the Ironmonger, or should Keith get cash? Still have to find the other parts for it. I don't even know if they exist anymore. Much like I feel like Owen Lars talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi there. But so my thought is to have him in battle, posing him in combat with this guy who just arrived yesterday, and I was just so delighted. I was actually walking the dogs, and the UPS driver saw me and stopped and was just like, "It's just a small box. Do you want it here? Or do you want to just leave it on the porch?" I'm like, "Dude, just leave it on the porch." And then we beeline back so that I could at least get it out of the cardboard box and let it breathe a little bit. Smells like victory. Anyway. Oh, yeah, there's something else that came this week. And maybe we'll have time to unbox this later, too. I don't know. Maybe we'll wait till next week. But my Space Ace came. That's right. Impulse buy. Drunken impulse buy. And legitimately prompted me to stop bringing booze home. If I can't be trusted to drink at home, then I probably shouldn't be drinking at home. Social drinking only. Drinking and driving only. There are things that I probably shouldn't say in the midst of a legal settlement. But anyway, that's about it. There could be a knock at the door any moment with the FedEx guy delivering yet another impulse buy in the form of a 332nd, 332nd, yeah, the Ahsoka Clone Trooper helmet. The Clone Trooper helmet from Hasbro Black Series with the paint job. The Ahsoka paint job. 332nd Battalion of the 501st Legion. Why do I keep saying Legion instead of Legion? I'm gonna blame the concussion again. Concussion brain. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and see who's here today. Looks like we got quite a few people in the chats. Some guy was first one out of the gate with "Let's go!" Yeah, dude. I love the enthusiasm. That's a great way to start it. Keith Lee. They previously mentioned Keith Lee. Sorry, peace. I'll be working on one, but I'll try to jump on and say hello. Work. Man. Steve Nahra is here, also working today. The dedication that you guys show to coming to this live stream, even when you're at work, is kind of humbling. I kind of feel like you're putting your job in jeopardy to hang out here with us. But, you know, yeah. Bitter Joel is here, and actually he's not here. He's in Toronto. Did I say that right? The T is silent. The second T is silent. Is the first O silent? Because I've heard it pronounced Toronto. Like Tron O. This music is actually appropriate for that. Let's turn that up on that note. So good to see you here, Bitter Troll. And love that photo that you posted of yourself. Everybody's excited to be at Bad Bash 2, and I would love to be there, but I'm just not responsible enough to be trusted with getting my own stuff. Yes, exactly so. No reason to miss this with cell phones being a thing. Technically not supposed to have them out. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, don't get yourself in trouble because of the stream. Yeah. Oh, wait, is that tonight? Oh, I thought it was last night. So you guys still have to do the Bad Bash? All right. Okay, that's fair enough. I don't know what Tim Hortons is, but now I'm going to Google it. I don't think I was terribly late. I think I was like a minute late, right? And that was because I was pouring coffee. Not in here. I was pouring a second pot because as I got through the third sip of this stuff, I was like, this is not going to cut it. I'm going to need more. By the way, this is the episode you've all been waiting for, the one where you're probably finally going to get to see a blackberry seed caught in my teeth. Is it already there? Might already be there. Brandy Woods is in the house. Hey, Brandy Woods. Fixing to do a Tim's run myself. Okay, everybody knows this about this Tim guy except for me, apparently. Oh, Kumar's here. Yeah, dude, Kumar. Oh, fuck. I was just looking at, for those of you who aren't on the Poser Posse Facebook group, you should get on there because there's some great stuff coming down the pipe. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you some of that great stuff right now. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, this is from Luis Antonio Vega. It's a really awesome Sinister Six themed Spider-Man thing. I like that one a lot, but this is the one I really want to show to you. Okay, there we go. Trevor Williams. Yeah. Everybody who's anybody in 6 Scale has heard of Trevor Williams by now, I'm sure. He does some really remarkable stuff. He's done some work for QMX. He's done some work for, oh God, XXII. That's it, the Star Trek stuff. And he's done some work for other companies as well, but his stuff is always strong. But you should be on this page, guys, because just look at the cool stuff. I'm just going to take it all the way to the top and start at the top. Yeah, there's rules. But they're easy rules to follow. But look at this from Kumar. Look at how great that is. I mean, seriously. Seriously, I'm going to go ahead and remove Kumar's comment so that you can see that figure in that photo in all of its glory. But that is some really bold, dramatic stuff. And I'm trying to work out, Kumar, did you actually just take this outside and do it outside? How much of this is Photoshopped, or is this all just in camera? Because it could go either way. It could legitimately go either way. I'm pretty stoked about this. Yeah. Congratulations, man. I mean, I haven't even taken this figure out of the box. I have this figure too, but he's still chilling. I'm saving it for the much promised and much undelivered video of all the Boba Fett figures. Oh, look, there's that guy. I know him. Oh yeah, this was fun. I brought this one up. This came across my phone this morning, so I went ahead and posted it. But this was me not being able to afford the Darth Maul versus Ahsoka diorama by Sideshow, based on the Clone Wars, their final battle in the Clone Wars. And somebody made the comment that I really pushed these figures to the limit. I really did. I don't think the Darth Maul figure is meant to have its arms in those positions. Not sure how I got them there. Not sure how I got them back. I want to say that it was actually a struggle to get them back in position. But yeah, this and on all these other things are reasons. Like this is one from Anthony's 6 Scale Posers that's just great. Look at that. Yeah, man. Anthony's always on point. He's one of the most passionate 6 Scale posing aficionados out there. But yeah, if you're not a member of the Posing Posse, go ahead and get on Facebook, look it up, and send me a request. Answer the questions, because if you don't, I won't accept it. I've already had a few spammy attempts by nefarious users to try to get into the group so that they could throw porn at us. So yeah, hook yourselves up. And feel free to show off your stuff. Look at that. Look at Michael's. Dude, that's over the top, man. Are you in the chats today? I know you're in Italy, so you might actually be out doing stuff. Anyway, enough of that. Bring this back up. Where was I? So that's the pimpin' of the Poser Posse. Kumar, there we go. Okay. Oh, good. TK421's here. Hey, Chris, what's up, dude? Still cranking it. I'm liking all the little cool gizmos and animation stuff that you're throwing into your videos now on TK421, and I kind of want to mimic that. I kind of want to do some of that myself. Yeah. Oh, sure, make me jealous. Yeah, that's awesome. Good for you. I haven't had a donut in over a month since I had a car. Oh, looks like I've got a car. Not yet. I'm still waiting on... I'm scraping together a down payment, but the loan has been approved, assuming I can come up with a down payment. And it's a 2016 Audi A4 with 61,000 miles on it, so that's pretty low miles for that kind of car. So that'll be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it. Test drive it. I test drove it. It handles like a dream. So, and of course the loan will ideally be taken care of out of this settlement, but we'll see. AJ Agrusa is here, and his magnificent beard, as always. Raise your hand if you're in Toronto. I solemnly swear, or I am up to no good. Rob Perisho is here. Hello, fellow poser. We already talked to Kumar. Windman. Is that like Wingman, only without the G, with less gangster? Less gangster? Albuquerque, New Mexico. I don't know that we've ever had anybody here from Albuquerque. I could be wrong. There's a lot of people in Albuquerque. Puffer Glitch. Man, I need to get my hands on them all as well. Where'd you get yours? I got mine from Sideshow back when it first came out. It just has not been on display. It's one of those figures where my display is carefully curated, and it's mainly focused around Iron Man stuff and Clone Wars stuff, and just various Star Wars TV shows. So obviously, Darth Maul from Episode 1 does not fall into any of those categories. I bought him because he's an absolutely badass figure, especially with that speeder. But I just was never able to find a place for him in my collection. And even after this show, he may go back into the box. I don't know. There's room now in the studio, and I do have one more shelf to hang up. So one more 7-foot shelf to hang up. So I might be able to make it happen if I get that shelf up today or tomorrow or sometime this week. Let's assume I can stop eating blackberries long enough. Oh, fantastic artist, Renz Tolentino. By the way, speaking of, I need to be pimping my friends here. Turn that down. I need to be pimping my friends here because I've been not doing that. I did it a lot last week, but not this week so far. Renz Tolentino is a fabulous artist. Go check out his Instagram because there's a lot to appreciate there. Brandy Woods, fantastic artist. Who you can go find her stuff at brandywoods.art, and great style in the style of old school ElfQuest comic books. I think that was her big inspiration for becoming an artist back in the day. Obviously talked about Kumar as well. I can't remember what your Instagram account is, but if you want to see more of what I just showed you from Kumar, actually a lot of his stuff is just showing how he's designed the displays on his DTOF shelves, and he does an amazing job of being able to fit as many figures as possible onto a single DTOF shelf without making it look crowded. So go check that out. I think there's a lot to be learned from looking at his channel. Chris Cause is here. Hey, Chris. Another member of the posing posse, or the poser elite. As is Brandy Woods. Simo's here, also a member of the poser elite, I believe, right? I'm losing track. I should just have a list here, just to be sure. Like, just keep a list on the side. Not a bad idea. But good to see you, John. Simo, not Simo. Yeah. You can see why I make that mistake time and again, right? Well, water's a good start to any day. You know what's better? Not that you'd know, Philistine. For those who don't know, Bad Wolf Media does not partake of coffee or alcohol. Like, how is he even still alive? Desmond Hassing is here. That's cool. That probably didn't read well. I was actually thinking, should I bring Desmond Hassing into the stream and we should have an actual conversation? I don't know. Maybe we should, if we're going to do that, I think that we should actually have some time to prep, like decide what we're going to talk about and prepare for it, have some discussion points. Although it might be fun just to kind of freestyle it. So TK421 is also somebody that I'm thinking about streaming. It's I think the question I need to have from everybody is if you want to be on the stream with me and hang out and chat about stuff, because I really feel like just having me here running my mouth and talking and doing AMAs in the chats and posting stuff, I think that has value. But I think it would be more interesting to actually have a conversation with somebody. I guess I'm kind of getting tired of my monologues. So if I'm getting tired of them, I'm sure other people are too. And the trouble with that, actually not even really the challenge, the question that I have is how would I structure it? How would I structure it? So I'm giving it a lot of thought when I have time to give it thought. And mostly when I'm actually on the stream, I'm externalizing my thoughts. But yeah, that's it's something I really desperately want to do. I want to have guests on the show. I want to talk with people and have a dialogue more so than just, responding. An anime based on a manga. Oh, pretty much all of them. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I actually don't know that. Is that a fact? I'm not an anime manga guy. I'm not. In fact, every time I get drawn into an anime, like Jujutsu Kaisen, surprised the hell out of me. They just threw all those figures at me and said, "Hey, we need you to be able to talk about these figures." So I watched some of the show. I'd never wound up finishing that, but I really want to. Another one that surprised me was Cyberpunk, the Cyberpunk anime that was recently released, relatively recently. I mean, a long storied history of anime. It's relatively recent, but that was really good, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. So, more and more I'm stumbling into anime that I really genuinely enjoy, and I've begun to appreciate the eccentricities of it that actually pushed me away originally. So anyway, hey Commander Green, that's another Instagram channel you all should be watching, because he's steadily become one of the best figure photographers out there right now. Seriously, some of his stuff is just blowing me away. I wonder if I can stumble upon, like, scroll down to something recently. Hey, who's this? Dude, this one's great. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this back up there really quick. But look at this one from Sean Kelly. legit, right? I mean, that looks like dudes in armor on the beach. Which is a testament to the quality of the Hot Toys figures, but it also takes somebody who's really paying attention and understands the craft to actually bring it out in that way. Anybody can go up there and just throw some figures on a beach and take photographs of them, but they're not gonna look this good. It takes a master craftsman to actually pull it off, and he's really, really done it here. But this isn't what I wanted to show you all. That just was a happy accident. Hey, look at Laura Quiles doing her thing. Oh, freaking Brian Carr. How fun is that? How fun is that? I don't know if Brian's here right now, but I would take that photograph and frame it and hang it in my studio. It's that good. It's that cool. And it really brings some of that, it really captures what we all seem to enjoy about 6-scale figure collecting and 6-scale figure photography in general. Just the ability to recreate scenes in such a ridiculously accurate way. They look like they look like they just jumped off the screen. Everything right down to look at that little flare that he's getting out of that. I don't know if he did that in post or if that was just a natural flare that occurred because of that green light coming from the dollar bill emitter or acceptor or whatever. But that's really cool. But there's something by Harold that I wanted to show you guys. Freaking John Cordwell. Dude, you gotta leave those Black Panther figures alone, man. I mean, seriously, he is just posing the hell out of these Black Panther and Killmonger figures, and with this fantastic Black Panther. I don't even know what that is. Where did you get that? Hashtag Iron Logan. Go check out his YouTube channel because he does some great stuff too. Anthony Munson doing his thing, but where is the Jorge? Man, again, Brian, come on. I really wasn't planning on turning this into a showcase. Look at the dynamic motion that Anthony was able to get out of this. This has devolved into just me pimping everybody's shit. Look at this. There we go. There's a preview for later on. Oh God, that's old. That takes me back. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Look at that. Again, with, just really pushing the envelope of, you have to do a double take to realize that that's not a screen capture from some Star Wars show, a forthcoming Star Wars show or whatever. But if you were just scrolling past that, you might be tempted to think, oh wow, geez. So anyway, that's cool. Maybe I don't need more coffee. Where was I in the chats? Marlon Braswell, why are you hating on me? What did I do? What did I say? Oh, dude, it's really, really brutal, as the name would imply. Fortunately, most of the gore stems from killing demons, but it's pretty brutal. It's really fun and really the voice acting on it. I'm watching the dubbed version because can't stop, won't stop. But yeah, it's again, I can't recommend it enough. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm looking forward to watching some more episodes of it today. I think I'm 6 episodes in, maybe, not sure. Big Dog Pound is here. Hey, what's up, BDP? Gina B Collecting is here. Also, man, you're in Toronto, right? You should be hanging out with the gang. Dark Wolf, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry about Piper if you put her down after the last stream. Which figure today is your favorite? Oh, don't make me choose, man. Piper, are you awake? You are. Come see everybody. Come on. Aw, she made it another week, guys. She made it another week, and I was finally able to get a sleeping breath count, reps per minute of her breathing this morning, and it came in at 18, which is remarkably good. That's where you want it. You'd rather have it more like 14, 15, I think, but 18 for a dog with lung cancer, basically, is not bad. Anyway, her vet and I need to have a conversation about this ocular issue that she's having. Not sure if you'll be able to see it. Not from that angle. Yeah, come on, puppy. You tired? But But I'm not going to put her through another eye surgery. It's expensive to do it on an emergency basis, especially as it turns out on a holiday weekend. But it's not terribly expensive to do it preempt it with an eye removal. But she's just been through so much that I'm not going to do it. So if that's the recommendation, then yeah, we're going to have to make the call. You smell pretty good. Yeah, you're my good girl, right? Where you get down? Where you get down? Oh, you're so tired. Come here. Let me just see you. Come on. Oh yeah, this is what you like, right? Yeah. Hey. Just indulge me. Not gonna get to do this too many more times. Get some more volume on that music. Okay, where was I? Favorite for today, you know, it's hard to say. I think probably Darth Maul, though. It's a stronger figure, but there are things about the Hot Rod figure to really appreciate, not the least of which is the paint job. I don't think that the Mark II and its variants were Hot Toys' strongest efforts in the Iron Man diecast line. They were pretty early on in the diecast game. In fact, this is DX, or diecast. This is the 8th diecast armor that Hot Toys made. So again, it's pretty early on in their diecast line. I don't even know what the first one was. Does anybody know what the first diecast Iron Man armor was? Was it a War Machine Mark II, or was it Iron Patriot? Don't know. But you know, there's a lot to appreciate about it, as you saw with that photo that I just had up briefly, so briefly. I'll just pull it up for you again. But there we go. Yeah, I mean it's cool. Just that Hot Wheels paint job that's going on there. Yeah, it's fun. But again, it's Darth Maul, dude. You know, the other one is Darth Maul. By the way, not sure if you knew the other figure is Darth Maul, but it is, and it's really a good-looking figure. It's well-crafted. I mean, it's part of their DX line. I mean, that's basically, they consider those their flagship figures. It's got the moving eyeballs, yeah, which are only good if you're good at posing them. Seriously, I've seen some people out there who mess with those things, and like, legitimately, they should not be messing with them. They need to be self-aware enough to know that they're not good at it, and just when they get a DX figure, just leave those eyes looking straight ahead. Or keep practicing and get better. All right, scrolling down, almost at the bottom, at which point it's time to start posing. By the way, if everything goes as planned, I have a surprise guest who will be on the show with me next week. And I think you're all going to be kind of delighted by it. I know I am. It's going to be great to talk to this person again. It's been a while since we had a conversation. But again, it's a surprise. I don't want to say too much, out of fear of giving something away that might actually give you a hint as to who this person is. But it's coming. Special guest next week. Tune in. Still have to confirm. Everybody's saying hi to each other. Look at this sense of community here. Oh my God, massive jump in the chats. No, that was not an impulse buy. That was a legitimate hunt. I knew what I wanted. Desmond is asking which version of Space Ace I got. I got the conversion kit. It's the only one that was available. They were sold out of the regular one. That's fine. I played both. Are Audis reliable? They can be. The A3 that was just totaled, legitimately the most reliable car I have ever owned. Legitimately. After 132,000 miles, never once broke down. Never once gave me any serious mechanical issues. Never once did I incur any seriously pricey fixes. Mostly because I just chose to ignore them. There was an issue with the left rear shock was leaking. But I was putting off having that repaired. But apart from that, totally fine. Totally fine. Again, most reliable car I've had. And I've had, in my life, I've had Chevys, Hondas, a Volkswagen, Nissan. Yeah, I think it's a tie between the Nissan and the Audi for most reliable cars that I've owned. Which is, yeah. And I got a great deal on this one. I love the smell of a new Hot Toys figure any time of day, man. Wake me up at midnight, shove a figure in my face, and I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Canadians are so nice. Oh, wow. Learning something new about it. Are there Tim Hortons in the United States? UK's got them, but US doesn't. Okay. Hey, low-key collector. Hey, Tommy K. Hey, hey. Who else have I skipped? I guarantee I've skipped somebody because there was such a massive... Rune Samuelson's here. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Yeah, man, I'm sure. No doubt. Ooh. Yeah, thanks, man. You guys want to see it? I think I have one photo of it on my Facebook page. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, let's pull that up. Boom! My new wheels. I know I'm jinxing myself by telling you guys this. I know something's gonna go south either with the financing or I'm not gonna have as much for my down payment as I thought, and I'm gonna have to go for a different car. But yeah, that's it. That's what I'm getting. If all goes well, if all goes according to plan. You know, it's been a long time since I had a new car. I usually buy used. I think the last time I had a new car was... 1992. Wow. No, it would have been 95. Yeah, I got it because I got a 95 Eagle Talon to replace that 1992 car. So I'm gonna go with apparently I prefer Hot Toys because I keep buying Hot Toys, but I don't keep buying new cars. There we go. There's your answer. Dino's Reviews is here. What's up, dude? Another Brit in the house. I love it. Oh, there we go. Not much level 42 knowledge, but I am all about the Hitchhiker's Guide. Douglas Adams, treasure. Ah, see? I knew I remembered something correctly there. Yum. Get out. Well, you know. I do enjoy tea as well. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, pardon me a sec. So Piper's all like, oh yeah? You're gonna wake me up from my nap? Well, I'm gonna pee on your kitchen floor. That entire floor is one big pee pad, so just grab it, toss it in the basement, wash it later today. Miami! I've never been to Miami. for someone who so loved Miami Vice back in the 80s. I feel like that's kind of tragic. Anyway. Okay, good to know, man. Yeah. Never resist an opportunity to bring that up. Hey, Kenneth Bird. Wow. So many people who've never, like, not even tried coffee. Man, I had my first cup of coffee at the age of 5. My parents didn't let me have it. I was visiting the neighbor kid who lived with his grandparents. So, and I want to say it was, I think it was Sanka with a whole lot of sugar. That's how they hook you. Yeah, they hook you with the sweeteners and the creams. Now I take it black, like my soul. Like my metal. Plenty to watch with JJK now. Are you talking to me? What's JJK? Bear with me. The symptoms have abated, but I am concussed. I'm told I'm still concussed. So. Huh. Is that a thing? We're so compartmentalized there. I really only pay attention to what my team is doing. Yeah. Got a freaking hair from my mustache went into my mouth or something. Yummy. Amazing photography on your group? It's true. It's true. There's a lot of good people out there. A lot of good photographers, a lot of good collectors, collectibles, posers. Yeah. Best I've seen on any Facebook group. That's very... Hear that, guys? Yeah. Thanks for setting up and everyone who contributes to it. Yeah, it's I've noticed that it's kind of slowed down a little bit. Which you expect that. I mean, everybody throws up their greatest hits right out of the opening, and then it kind of slows down as everybody gets kind of caught up. But I'm hoping to do some things to kind of encourage people to post more. Myself included. Yeah, dude, I've kind of felt the same way, Mario. I've been... Seriously. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not Mario. This is Anthony. Yeah. Really? Okay. I need to look that up. I started gaming again recently. Halo. Because... me. And, I could use something new. I need to be surprised. There's only so many times you can play the same game over and over again and still really enjoy it before you just kind of it becomes everything is happening automatic. I've played the Modern Warfare 1 and 2 so many times that it's like watching a movie multiple times. You know how it's going to end. So I need something new that I enjoy. Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt, at some point. I don't know, will I? Yeah, I kind of have to at this point. I've got the 6 2.0 coming. I've got the 3 2.0 on order. And that will round everything out. That's the original 7, the Hall of Armor. And I have 2 actual physical Halls of Armor. I'll have to slowly acquire another 5, I guess. But, yeah. Dude, she's just... I don't even get it. Scott said it. She's the toughest dog that we've ever encountered. Just shrugs it off. She's like, all right. I mean, she was a little bit miserable after the eye surgery. Whined and whimpered a lot for about a week. But then she was back to normal, as if nothing happened. Oh, yeah, I've never watched that show. Not once. All right. Does Paul Hernandez have a mustache now? I actually have no idea. I see you've copied my beard. It's a terrible, terrible accent. Maybe. Oh, is that right? Okay, good to know. Maybe I should get around to opening that. I guess I could open it now before we get rolling on the posing. But I've got a lot of, I feel like, ooh. Wow. Nice. Yeah. Nice flex. It's really, that's the dream car. That's my lottery car. I've made that very public. Like the minute that I cash that lottery check that I'm never gonna get, I would head straight to the Audi dealership and drive home in an R8, and have no place to park it because I would not have bought a large enough house with a large enough garage to put it. So yeah, it would definitely be a priority. Probably not the best example of prioritizing that I could make, but yeah, really, really want that to happen. Oh. 5 years. Oh, is that right? Okay. Yeah, actually, I would go all in for a Subaru Forester or a Subaru Outback. Great cars, great cars. Love them a lot. Never owned one, but I would. That tracks. I think my wife is driving a Kia. No, it's a Hyundai. I knew it was one of those cars that are getting stolen by the Kia boys. Yeah, she's got a Hyundai Sonata with contrasting stitching. Legitimately why she went with that over my recommendation, but... Dude, I had so much fun with that car. Manual transmission. Yeah, it's beautiful. The thing of beauty. Oh, you can do that? You have that power? Awesome, man. Thank you. This is what keeps you tuning in week after week, right? It's true, man. Excuse me. Yeesh. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen is so... Yeah, I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did. But that seems to happen to me with anime these days. I don't know if something has changed in me or what. But that's probably the case. I'm probably just much more chill. Oh. Okay, thank you. That's good to know. That's good to know. There's a movie, huh? That's fun. Okay. Yeah, man, I have been a massive Dungeons and Dragons fan at some point in my life. Less so these days. I started playing it again when I lived in California. But the group I was playing with, easily distracted, I guess is one way to put it. And which is awesome. I mean, they were awesome. They even went so far as to, because the last time I played D&D at the time was still version 2, whatever you want. Yeah. So they actually all went out and we played. Why can't I remember what it's called? It's not version 2, generation 2. I don't remember, but they actually went out and got modules from generation 2, and that's what we played because I was familiar with it, rather than have to take the time to teach me how to play. What are they on? 8 now? 7, 8? But yeah, I was on the cusp of getting either a new PlayStation or a new Xbox. I was leaning towards PlayStation 5 just so I could play that game, but now I need that money for other things, down payments and such. It's true, but ideally you would buy the house first and then get the lottery car, but I don't know if that I would have that kind of patience. Maybe I'm selling myself short, but... Second edition, that's it. Thank you. All caught up. Let's open something. What should we open? Space Ace? Space Ace! God, I really don't want to have to go get another cable. Didn't plan far enough ahead for this. Alright. This is fun. This is very fun. We're gonna go wide. Boom. Look at the length of that arm. Okay. I think my address was visible there. And while I'm fairly certain that you all are really cool, there might be a stalker or two out there. Not that I'm paranoid. Only cautious. God, this knife needs sharpened in a big bad way. 47 minutes into this live stream of mine. Yeah, you think so? It's better. It's easier to watch me when I'm not as close to the camera, when my face isn't as large on screen. I get that. I understand. So this is fun. Star Ace. We're just running down the list. New Wave Toys likes to give you a box in a box, which we know amuses me greatly. I mean, maybe you don't know that about me, but it does amuse me mightily. It's true. Sunnyvale Russ joined the party. Good to see you, man. Okay, so this... And I'm probably going to have to bring up the Apple box, complete with all of its glorious array of stickers. I love the way that they actually duplicate the genuine shipping boxes that these things came in, to the point that you have the warnings not to use the forklift from this side. Yeah. Serial number actually not written on here, but still, that's just fun, right? God. Dudes, I don't even know if I've actually shared this with you guys, but there was nothing in the 80s that I loved more than an arcade. A video game arcade. And it was legitimately my place of zen and peace. That cacophony of sounds and lights and like, it was the 80s, so like cigarette smoke and I mean, you name it. It was just... And there was a particular place that I went to all the time. It was called McGuffin's in my hometown of Hillsboro, Illinois. And it was just a small little place. I want to say, I'm going to go with the gaming area was probably 800 square feet, maybe. But they had a very choice selection of games. And it was a small town, small community, so there weren't like a whole lot of people to compete with. Now, specifically my memory of Space Ace is that I very rarely played it. I didn't play it very often. I'd learned my lesson with its companion, Dragon Slayer. and which ate so much of my money, while with zero satisfaction because I just sucked at it. I was so bad at it. And oh, shit. Here goes. And I was so bad at Dragon's Lair. So that when Space Ace came along, I was like, no. Fool me once. Thank you, but no thank you. Okay, so what have we got here? There's a metal coin door, so that's new. HD TV connectivity, that's not new. Second screen scoreboard, that's fun. That's fun. Okay, plays the original 1983 Space Ace Laserdisc arcade game running on Daphne emulator. I don't know what that means, but it sounds really cool. Space Ace field conversion replacement control panel featuring illuminated. So basically, this was a conversion kit for Dragon's Lair. They would take the Dragon's Lair cab and convert it with different graphics into a Space Ace cab. I think that's how that works. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Centertronics raised letter metal door. Wow, that's cool. We just talked about that. Fully functional digital scoreboard displaying player scores, lives, and credits. Traditional 4:3 aspect ratio on a gorgeous 4.2-inch screen. 4.2 inches, yeah. Cabinet constructed from premium materials, wood, metal, and plastic. We've really got to power this up, right? It's kind of essential that we power this up. Simo gets it. Yeah, John. God, what year was this? I don't even remember. 1984? So I would have been 13. But I was still really, really bad at it. There were others that were good. The high school kids were all really, really good at it. Ooh, this is fun. I totally don't remember this character, which probably says a lot about my familiarity with the game, because I'm sure that this is actually the big bad. I remember thinking that it looked cool, and it would be great to have like a show. Like if you could actually turn Space Ace into a cartoon, I would watch that cartoon. But that never became a thing, to my knowledge. New Wave Conversion Edition. Oh my God. What's this? Cool. You got a little Space Ace acid blotters. That's not what these are. Okay, let's just see what's in the bag first. Start small, build our way up. Build the tension, build the suspense. Okay, God, I want to. Okay, all right. As always with these games, you get some coins, right? So those are fun. But you also get the laser disc, the 6-scale laser disc of Space Ace. This is how the game was played. You would skip from track to track on the laser disc. That actually became an issue for some games because either dust or scratches would occur to the laser disc, and so the games would lock up and freeze. As anybody who has owned CDs or laser discs in the past realizes, that's something that actually does take place. I'm not sure who this little fairy gal here is, but she's kind of fun. I think that's a decal. That's being honest. That's being honest. We have instructions. As Paul likes to say, instructions tell us what to do. Just look at that lineup of cabinets that they have here. So many. So many. And I only have about half of them. That's fine. That's fine. Any minute now I'm going to have to stop collecting these things. So what's this? It's in an envelope. The envelope, please. The winner is... Oh, wow, that's rad. So it's like a movie poster for the game. So that's fun. I'll have to... I want to say that they make videos where they talk about all the different things that come with the game. And I'm sure that you can go onto YouTube and actually find reviews that are more comprehensive than my own. Because this isn't really a review, it's just kind of an unboxing. I don't really do reviews. Yeah. There's a conceit that comes with doing reviews that I don't consider myself well versed enough in these cabinets to actually do a review of one. Okay, I've got to take this back out because I can already see that the little fairy gal in there is folding, has somehow found her way into the instructions. So I've got to go rescue the little blonde naked fairy critter. There we go. Okay, don't want that to happen. Hey Piper, good stretch. Big stretch. She's doing okay. Power. I have absolute power. What's this? There are options for the joystick. For the joystick. The knob on the joystick. Yeah. That sounds fun. Alright, so here's the oh, this'll work. This'll work. I can use the yeah, unlike the Coke machine, which required an AC adapter, this one has a USB port, so I can actually plug this in to the back of my computer, and we can see it in all of its glory. Speaking of seeing things in all of its glory, the opening of this sounds like some 30 Seconds to Mars, whatever, song. Am I right? Can you guys hear that? Do I need to turn it up? I went through a 30 Seconds to Mars phase. It happened to be the same time that they were using a 30 Seconds to Mars song as the theme song for the Tour de France. I want to say that was 2010. Maybe 2009, not sure. Okay. Plastic and tape. Calling my name. Space Ace was done as a Saturday cartoon for a limited time in 1984, 12 episodes. And was it basically the footage from the game? That's really cool. Thanks, Windman. Oh, wow. It's so fun. Let's get this thing up here and show everybody just how... We got the fans in the back. That's fun. I can't believe that this is how bad I am at reviews. I'm legitimately showcasing the back of the console before going to the front of the console. But yeah, this is still very much a... Got those cool graphics on the side. Then here we have the front. There's plastic over the screen protecting it. Protecting your plastic. Plastic protecting your plastic. And fully functional. This one does the whole... You can feel it click as you move from side to side. Buttons are fully functional, of course. 1 player, 2 player. Wow. So... Oh, this is the difficulty levels. Space Ace, Captain, and Cadet. So there are difficulty settings. And I'm guessing that the difficulty, the way that it altered for each difficulty setting would be response time. Because you would have... the game would give you like little flashes as to which direction you were supposed to move the character. And then you had to hit that controller in that direction within a specified amount of time. Otherwise, well, the screen went blank, then you cut to footage of Space Ace dying. In the case of Dirk, it was always like him falling down into a pit or something like that, or getting cut up. I'm not sure what happened with Space Ace. Let's get this off. Wow! Yeah, there's the scoreboard and speakers in there. See all that? Yeah, let's get that lit up, though. Uncarded reviews, I am right there with you, my friend. That's, but seriously is... Although, I gotta say, nostalgia has gotten really expensive for me. Alright, let's make that nice and straight. I'm having to do this all by touch because my my desk is raised a little bit, so I can't actually peek behind the monitor. But that should present no significant difficulties. All right, here we go, Space Ace. Boom. Here we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and pause the music here briefly because there's gonna be sound eventually. So I'm not sure how long this takes to boot up. Is there a power switch? I didn't even bother to look. There is. Oh, there it goes. The obligatory New Wave Toys logo popping up on the screen before as the thing loads. That's fun. Oh man. Tell me you guys aren't digging this. That's really and this is legitimately going to be
Space Ace, defender of justice, truth, and the planet Earth.
Look at how good that looks.
Attacked by the evil Commander Borg.
Hold your fire. Who is that creep? Borg.
Earthlings must surrender to me.
No way, Borg, old buddy.
Oh! I've been hit by the Infanto Ray.
Earthlings must surrender.
Oh, there's some lag.
Struggle with Dexter to regain his manhood.
Wild.
Destroy the Infanto Ray. Defeat the evil Borg.
This is fun. Okay.
I've been hit.
Be valiant, space warrior. The fate of Earth is in your hands.
Well, that's fun. Okay, so it said insert 2 coins for 3 lives. Okay. Okay.
Space Ace, defender of justice, truth, and the planet Earth.
There is a volume control, thank God. Okay, where are we here? Let's see. It is now 10 o'clock, which, as we know, that is the time when I start doing the posing sessions, top of the hour. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do with Space Ace here, because my desktop is topped off. So let's go ahead and get that out of there. I just want that to be able to charge. And let's see here. Let's get the music back, huh? All right. Sorry, I guess Piper's looking kind of distressed. You okay, girl? You being a Roomba? I might have to end the stream here and take care of her. Not in that way. But, yeah, when she's walking around like this, then she's being bothered. Let's go ahead and do this one first because it will take less time. And I can at least try to get one figure in. Yeah, we showed the box already, so I don't need to show that any more than I already have. Yeah, this was, man, I still love this design. So do they, apparently, because they're still using it in one form or another. Oh, there you are, old friend. Good to see you. There's a thought. There's a thought. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, so this is a question that I had for myself. Oh, wow. I haven't seen it in person for a long time, and friends, let me tell you, it looks really, really good. But what I can't remember is if this particular one had the joint issue that I had to cover in that video with, oh no. Oh, that's too bad. No, legs are mostly strong. They could be stronger. And I may wind up having to use the heat shrink tubing treatment on these, like I did with in that video I did with Iron Patriot, which is fine. So yeah, here's the figure. Looking pretty strong. I'm not sure if I left the batteries in this one. Sure did. So that's how it lights up. Weekly. Yeah, apparently they, yeah, they're dead. Yeah, the batteries are gone. I think they were probably gone long before this. Hot Toys has never been known to send really strong, long-lasting batteries with their figures. And this was early on in battery powered light-up features for 6 scale, and relatively early on at any rate. So I think that, I can't even remember how to get into this. Anyway, let me just segue to something else here really quick. Again, as you can see, this is basically an Iron Man Mark II 6 scale figure, or Iron Man Mark II variant. And I guess actually War Machine Mark II variant. War Machine actually would be considered a variant of this because this is legitimately the prototype for the War Machine Mark II. And I'm thinking that the hot rod paint job was just Tony's way of saying, look how much more badass this is than what Justin Hammer gave you in Iron Man 1, in War Machine Mark 1. So, as such, it's legitimately identical, construction-wise, of everything here is legitimately identical to the War Machine Mark II, up to and including this port back here for mounting the gun, the single cannon that comes with the War Machine armors, but which did not come with the hot rod armor. Missed opportunity, but I took care of that by actually securing for myself from eBay or somewhere, not sure. Might have just gotten it from the spare parts bin at work, I don't know. But legitimately scored myself a cannon. I've got it somewhere, but I thought that I would have put it back in here, but maybe not, because I don't see it. I still have to open up the plastic thing down there at the bottom. Let's put this thing aside. He's going to be in combat, so with that in mind, I'm going to grab the repulsor palms. Just get those out of here. Should he be... This is a replacement part for the forearm so that he can have a cannon out. So maybe I'll do that. I'll just leave that out. Alright, then I need this back so I can avoid spilling all those hands everywhere. And then... Oh, our Captain Fordo is here, everybody. I believe that I'm missing out, my friend. But again, as I said in the other stream, I didn't have the I didn't have the option for southpaw in the controls back then. So playing it was actually very frustrating. I tried really hard. I don't even think I got through the first mission or whatever. It was so difficult for me that I finally just had to give up. I was just like, no, not doing this. Not doing this. Anyway, I'm looking here at the base, and while the parts for the base are all here, it looks like I don't have the parts for the battery, the case for the batteries, which is fine. This is interesting. This is interesting. Didn't realize this was a thing, but this one actually features that old school base with the foot plates that you can manipulate and move around and have grip in the feet, like it's just standing in his lab. So that's an interesting decision, but that also means that you only have an inflexible, boring metal stand. Okay. Fortunately, I have plenty of extra stands laying around, so I can do something about that later on down the line if I choose. What this does do to us today, how this affects us today, is that it's going to make it very challenging for me to try to get him into an action pose and pair him against... I can't remember which of these bags were for Iron Man and which of these bags were for Space Ace. If that's the worst problem I have all day, then I'm doing okay. Speaking of Piper, She pulled a hat trick on me this morning. That means that in this house, that means that she, before I got out of bed to take her outside, she had peed, pooped, and puked in the house. Good job. Good job, Piper. Good girl. Okay, so let's go ahead and clamp him into place. Boom. Oh, he just looks so sad. There we go. So I guess this is kind of what they had in mind for people to display these things. Just line them up, then put them on a base like that and just line them up, and counting on the uniformity of all of them to create just an impression. And they do. I've seen displays where they do that. There's no real need to pose these things up. Let's clear this up. Somebody said something about new Coke machine. My new Coke machine arrived yesterday. My first arcade will be here Monday. I'm so excited for Ghosts and Goblins. Congratulations, man. I missed out on Ghosts and Goblins. Did not get it from Sideshow, and I wanted to take advantage of my discount if I was going to get that. I don't have enough of an attachment to Ghosts and Goblins to pay full price for it, if that makes any sense. But who knows what the future might hold? I don't know. We'll see where I stand financially. Again, I've got to buy a car. I'm gonna have a car payment again. That's good. If you think that's not gonna impact my collecting, whew. Hey, pup. You go outside? Okay. You just peed in the kitchen. I saw it. You just need love? This is what she does when she wants to be held. It's okay, pup. I'll get to you. I'll get to you in a minute. So I'm going to rush through this posing session to give Piper the love that she needs. I actually don't know how to do that. I get the reference, but I have no idea how to do the time warp. Never once seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show. At first, I caught a lot of flack for that, so I was ashamed, and I kept saying, well, maybe I should take the time to go see it. But eventually, at this point, it's just like, I feel like it's more impressive than it is sad that not only have I not seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but I have not seen... Okay. But I'm willfully not saying it. That's okay. I needed to finish that thought before I moved on to another one. And then a twist to the right. Is that right? Yeah? Weird. Okay, so here's the thing. One thing that I've noticed as I've been posing these things up for you guys on this channel is, and then at the end of the show, I move them into the Iron Man 3 display in the bedroom. And what's happening is I've noticed that I consistently have the torso twisting to the right, time warp, this arm out, and this arm back. They're legitimately in very similar poses. So I'm going to make a concerted effort to not do it that way today. And I'm going to do that by having this arm stretched out to the front and this one to the back. Now, does this extend? Yes, it does. I hopefully won't need to. Good. Let's move that up. And again, I'm going to just go ahead and take advantage of this moment to give a shout out to my pal Guy Klender. Yes, indeed, the hat trick of yuck. Yeah. But give a shout out to my pal Guy Klender, who during the entire run of Unsealed and Revealed legitimately did this backwards, kind of. This posing thing, he did it backwards. So let's go ahead and do this here. Ugh, this base, man. God, I hate it. Oh, you're going back to bed? Okay, good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Eventually she gives up. It's the pelvic thrust. Alright, right, let me see here. Yeah, I like this. All right. How does that look on camera, though? Okay, you see what I've done, basically. Contrapposto, but there's a nice little, if you start with your, if you start imagining like a line, a ray piercing the ankles of Iron Man, you can just sense that ray is shifting and twisting as it goes up. So you have a constant sense of like a twisting motion that's going on with Tony right here. Assuming that this is Tony and not Rhodey. Do these pop up? They do not. Early on in the diecast game, they hadn't reached that level of engineering. So, yeah, that's really the key element that I've focused on here. Just trying to have that, which is something I try to bring to the table every time, and I don't always succeed. Sometimes I just forget and don't pay attention to what I'm doing, and I miss the mark. But then, what that does is that as you turn this thing, there's not a bad angle on it. Nothing's getting lost behind other body parts. It's just all very clear. Okay, so that's one figured out. Since Piper has gone back to her bed, that buys us some time. I think I'm going to paint this top of this black. How do you guys feel about that? You know, just something about that wood. Just I don't dig the look of it. It's really getting messy. The floor here is getting really, really messy right now. And I really don't like this track today. Ooh, this one's called Ghosting. Okay. Gorgeous, gorgeous DX box. Magnetic closure. Gatefold. Oh, look at that. A deadly, agile Sith Lord trained by the evil Darth Sidious. Darth Maul was a formidable warrior and scheming mastermind. He wielded an intimidating double-bladed lightsaber and fought with a menacing ferocity. Did I just stutter there? It's weird. It's got a cool medallion kind of a thing going on there. They always have something shoved in there, just for effect. Open it up. He's got cardboard over the bulk of him. You can see him there resting in the styrofoam. So again, this is not set up for a proper unboxing, so I'm not even going to try to do this thing justice in the unboxing. Ooh. It's gonna take me like an hour to recover from this posing session. All right, so it's hard to get the plastic off of his head because of his horns. Wow, yeah. It does create an impression. There we go. I think that's better, right? Look at it. Look at that portrait. That's good. That's good. And the costume elements. See, this is what it takes. This is what makes a DX figure. It's just that refined attention to detail. Don't fall. Think it'll listen? Then, of course, there's an alternate portrait that came with this one. His rage portrait. So that's fun. Horrifying, psycho Darth Maul. That'll be fun to play with later on. In fact, I think I might use that for this pose, so I'm just going to leave that out. What I'm not going to use with this pose, because I already know that it's going to present certain challenges, is the cloak. Which I have not yet seen. Oh, but it looks so good from... See how good that looks from behind? Just, look at that. Yeah, that hood is just amazing, and all those, on all these different pleats. Oh, it's just so, just accordioned, you know? But eventually I may want to play with this. I loved the cloaked Darth Maul look in the film, but it's very, very difficult to get a hood to look right on a 6-scale figure in the best of scenarios. And these horns really make it more challenging. That legitimately could be the subject of an entirely different live stream. But again, I don't want to take up too much of people's times today. I just want to get a photograph of him like in a combat posture with the Iron Man figure on his speeder bike. I don't know. Might change my mind. Reserving the right to change my mind later on down the line, but I'm just going to put this thing back in its plastic tray. Bitter Troll is just hung up on the Space Vespa thing. Okay, let's go ahead and put this down here. Now this is where it's gonna get tricky. Oh yeah, he also comes with a hologram of Darth Sidious. It's hollow, which makes me wonder, is there something in here that I've forgotten about, like some sort of a light up thingy that will illuminate Darth Sidious? I'm not seeing it if there is. If there's meant to be, I'm not seeing it. Okay, tray full of goodies. All sorts of accessories, including macro binoculars, arm and lightsaber hilt with light up feature, motion blades and static blades. Wow. 8 swap out hands. As well as some swap out van braces. Not sure what that's about, but they seem like they're shorter. They don't come quite as high on the elbows as they do. So it seems like maybe there might have been a costume change at some point in the show that I'm not aware of. What is that? Looks like a restraining bolt? Not sure. Perhaps I should have done my homework on this. The macro binoculars are rad. They're very cool. Oh, there's two. There's two arms. Yeah, because there's also the one with his battle damage lightsaber. And I think what I'm looking at here is it must be a part that you can affix to the lightsaber hilt when you split it in half to give it the broken look. Yeah, that's got to be what that is. Okay, that's cool. All right, now that I know what I've got to play with, it's time to start playing. I'm going to turn Space Ace over here so that I can actually see this thing operate. Wow. I should really drag out. I have so many of these. I have like half a dozen of them down in the basement. I should really just find a place to put them and have them on display here. All hooked up to the same power strip so that I can just flick them on. It looks so good. All right. Time for the Scene Stealer. Oh, speaking of Scene Stealers, let's clear that comment off. But here's the speeder. And it looks really good. It looks really good. Corinthian leather. No, not really. Some mild weathering going on, but it's definitely not, I mean, even where there's not weathering, it's definitely not monochromatic. It doesn't, and no part of this looks like it's cast from a monochromatic plastic. There's depth and shading to every segment of the body of the speeder. A possible exception being the seated area, which actually does look like it's monochromatic and only has the appearance of shading because of the texture and the light playing with it. But I could be wrong. No, there's shading in there, yeah. Wow, that's actually really impressive. I could see the temptation being to go another way. All right, so we have options. There's a topper with a desert theme, but then there's also this really slick, metallic Sithy looking thing, right? Let's do that. mic over. Just trying not to break anything at this point. There's gotta be a peg. There we go. Bingo! Bingo! So you have options on this, by the way, that you can see there's a hole there in the back where you can mount a dynamic flight stand so you can actually have him in a leaping crazy pose. But as we talked about, I really want him on this speeder. The whole theme of today is going to be Hot Rod versus Hot Rod, basically. Oh man, why is that not going in? It won't go in! Am I doing something wrong? I think I'm missing something. And you know what that means. Instructions. Okay. Yeah, we know how to do the eyes. Range of motion. Might be handy later. Ah, that is indeed a plug for the lightsaber. Cool. Okay, so the dynamic figure stand can attach to either. Oh, this is a drag. This totally ruins my idea. It didn't even occur to me when I looked up and saw the plastic pole that I'm not going to be able to actually pose the speeder. That's disappointing. I won't lie. That's disappointing. But also, I'm not able to. Oh, there we go. It got in. Yeah, I just needed to flex my muscles a little bit. So what I was hoping for in this was that I would be able to actually have the speeder banking like it's in flight, like he's turning. But because of what they've chosen here, that can't be done. That's not a thing you can do. The speeder will only rest at 90 degrees to the ground, perpendicular to the ground. And that just kind of takes the wind out of my sails a little bit, I'm not going to lie. I was really looking forward to that. And Commander Green's bringing up the bark speeders here, which is kind of coincidental because I'm thinking the same thing, that a solution to that lies within the bark speeders themselves, but also within the speeder bikes. So they have out there shorter arms, dynamic flight stand arms, that will probably fit in the same way that this one would, because I want to say that they're the same diameter. The attachment points are the same diameter. So you would be able to pick up one of these and put it in this base, ideally. And I've got a speeder bike and a couple of bark speeders still down in the basement that I haven't shipped back to Sideshow. But so I'm going to try this out. I'm not going to do it now because it's going to take a whole lot of time, and I don't want to take up any more of you guys' time. It would take me a long time to unbox that thing, and that's just a whole lot of dead air that nobody wants. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel the... but everybody wanted to see the Maul on his speeder. Hang on. Okay, let's see if this works. I don't know. I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking that I was wrong. I don't think it's going to work. Because the diameters are different on these things. Yeah. Drag. Yeah, because the keyhole on the speeder bike, the 74Z, is bigger than the keyhole on... What just fell? Did that break? Mother pus bucket. It's friction. The key just came out, but it is going to need to be glued. Okay, so this is fate telling me something here. What fate is telling me is not to do Maul on his bike, because that's all you can do with it, and that's just unfortunate. Unfortunate. That's almost a deal breaker. That almost makes me want to sell it. We'll see. We will see. But while we're here, I might as well just follow up on the combat and get him into a dynamic pose on this stand. And we could just have Darth Maul battling with Hot Rod. Yeah. Do I have a screwdriver here? I might have taken the screwdrivers into the other room. Come on. Off with you. Gonna need a screwdriver. Alright, that's damn inconvenient. Boom. It's not over till it's over, my friends. Okay. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Take that up as high as it'll go. I'm gonna have him really up in the air. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be so unkind as to say that. I think that the design, the intent behind the design was to have it as like just a display model, not actually in action, just like hovering there behind him. Like the ideal pose would be to have the speeder bike back here, resting on that pole, and then use this stand up here to hold Maul with fully hooded macro binoculars either all the way up to his eyes or just like lowered down, because you also have a probe droid, right? So you could just recreate that scene where the probe droid is just flown up to Maul and is relaying its information to him. He's got his, binoculars up to his face, or just holding them. What? Oh, okay, they're talking about something else. Yeah, I think that it's I mean, you can still salvage this. This isn't a deal breaker that I kind of somewhat melodramatically made it seem. I think that there's still stuff you can do here with this. Hell, you might even go crazy enough if you had an extra one of these short flight stands. You might even go crazy enough to try to remove that plug that they have on the top of the stand and modify it in some way so that it can actually squeeze itself into the keyhole for the speeder. I think it could be done. I'm not brave enough to do it with any of the parts that actually belong to my figures, but if I could get a hold of an extra one of those shorter stands, I'd be more than willing to try it. I could sacrifice an extra stand as long as I knew that it wasn't going to damage the speeder itself. Anyway, so let's get Darth Maul. Where's the all the accessories? I hid them. This Space Ace game is really distracting, guys. It's there's a lot of fun-looking stuff going on here. All right, I'm gonna push this over here. Oops. I need that. Single blade or double blade? That's. There's only one answer to that question. Okay, there's a lightsaber wielding hand. Not sure what that is. Okay. I think I know what I'm doing here. First time for everything. Oh yeah, it does that thing. It's got those it does that thing where it has where the leather pleather parts of his undergauntlets they go over the wrist peg, which it limits your ability to know. You actually have to manipulate the peg itself to know which direction it's turned, which is not desirable, if I'm being honest. I would like to see them go a different way in the future, I think. But it also makes it difficult to get the hands to go all the way on to the wrist pegs. Which is not a problem to me most of the time, because I'm not doing it live, and I'm not disrespecting other people's time with the amount of time that it's taking me to put them on. So that's something I will be considering in the future when I decide which figures to have on the show. Okay. Yeah, it's not even going on there. 1039. Might have our first ever DNF on record for this show. Might be the first and only, hopefully the only time that I do not finish my pose. If I can't get this thing on in a hurry here. Yeah, weird. Okay. Head off. Wow, let's see what his range of motion is here. Ooh, not 90 degrees. That's too bad. But I can still live with it. So twist. Yeah, that's good. And I'm gonna... It's a good thing I did that, because that hand was legitimately about to pop off. But so it's kind of fortuitous that now I can say I meant for that to happen. Okay, let's see this. All right. Urgh! This would all be so much easier if I would just have a heat gun on my desk, but okay. Good. Yeah, this is definitely not the ideal way to be doing this, because you're not. I'm like putting the pose together on my lap, so you guys can't even see what I'm doing. And I just realized that like now that I'm almost done with the pose, so there's like nothing I can freaking do about it. Probably going to regret not putting this saber into his hand. No. Nope. And I think I'm gonna go against my better judgment and use the motion blades. See if those hold up. Rotate you, Mr. Maul. Back. Forward. All right, let's take advantage of these wires. Got to just work the fabric. Now, when you're doing this, there's legitimately a one side of this is brighter red than the other, so that's where the actual motion, that gives you an indication of where the motion is going to be. Let's go ahead and rotate this guy, hopefully without him falling off. So whichever one you want to, whichever direction you want to have it going, you want to make sure that the opposite. Like I have the red, the brighter red here on this side facing me. So on this one, I'm gonna want to flip that and have it facing away. And I think that's as good as it's gonna get today because the stream's getting a little long in the tooth. My dog needs to go outside. And frankly, I'm a little frustrated today. So little refinements. I'm going to try to close the gap later on between that glove. Let's just go ahead and move this over. Why not both, Simo? Why not both? So this is kind of, and you'll notice how I intentionally kind of wanted to have the torsos facing this way. It's like the opening of the arms is happening in this direction. So you can display them both face to face. I should go get my turntable. I will. I know where it is now. May not be big enough. But darn it, it's worth a shot. Oh, it's upside down. All right, that's just, yeah, it's pretty. Okay, that's gonna be hard to pull off, and hopefully I can just rotate these things without. Let's just do one turn. Let's just do one figure at a time. You kind of get the idea. So just rotating. That is Maul. Oh, do you need a brighter background? Turn up your brightness. I think a lot of people forget they can do that. There we go. You're right, that helped. There we go. Make sure I don't hit, I almost hit disco. Let's get that unsightly label off there. All right. Yeah, that looks great. It's a good figure. And I'm seeing now that there appears to be a break in the boot, so I'm thinking maybe I can get some minor articulation out of the boots there too. But I could be wrong. No, they do, there is in fact a break. You can articulate those boots. That's so great. Very desirable in a figure like Maul, where you want to be able to get him into those deep stances. But I can't tell, and he's very precariously held by this clamp. It's not a very secure grip that it has there. So yeah. But that's it. And I'm gonna go ahead and call it on this stream, guys, because Piper's starting to squirm a little bit again. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching me open the Star Ace game. I kind of feel like I need to slow down a little bit on these multiple figure poses, and that would allow me to just take my time a little bit more and actually finesse these things a little bit more than I have been. But I feel like 3 collectibles in one stream is a little bit too much. And let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. And also, the supply of collectibles is going to dry up for a little while here because I just don't have, I'm not going to have the funds to order as prolifically as I have been here for a little while. Let's go ahead and give a turn on of Hot Rod before we go. But yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. It's basically a mirror image of what I normally do. But yeah, I am thinking that I need to calm down a little bit on this show and actually just do 1, maybe 2 collectibles at the most. But doing 3 unboxings and pose sessions is just taking up a whole lot of time, and it's actually stressing me out a little bit. So thinking I might slow it down just so I can calm down, and also so I can have material for my for future shows. Yeah, I don't want to run completely dry. The nice thing about having a show about 6-scale figure posing is that you're not limited to only doing the same figure once. I can go back and revisit, and like, it may be time to change up the poses for my Boba Fett deluxe set over there. Although they do look really, really good. I'm a big fan of the poses that I have for those. And as you would know, if I would get my ass in gear and actually do a collection tour video, which is something I still intend to do. Yeah, Bad Wolf Media brings up a good point. I'd like the rapid pose on the live, followed by the refinement and the turnarounds we might get later. Duly noted. I legitimately have, up on screen right now, I legitimately have the Megatron pose turnaround. I'm working on that. I was working on that last night and got tired and went to bed. I see somebody was talking about Fall of the House of Usher. Okay, anyway, guys, that's enough. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day, and try to put all this stuff back together. This is a mess. This is an absolute catastrophic, chaotic mess in here. And I'm distracted by Space Ace. It's a good thing to be distracted by. So thanks for tuning in for me yet again. Hope to see you guys over in the Poser Posse Facebook page while we wait for the next live stream to happen. I'm having a lot of fun over there. So you guys who are posting there, keep posting. It's inspirational. Sometimes it's even a little bit frightening. And because you guys are good. All right, guys, thanks again for tuning in. And yeah, until next time, be good to your plastic.